Bonjour and welcome back! Within the past few weeks, I made a lot of videos for codename Kids Next Door characters, and I still have more ideas! So sit back, grab a snack, and enjoy the show! I'm starting with Vinmusk. This rebel decided one day that accounting was boring, which is based and relatable, so his Pokemon team will mostly references fighting snakes. His ace Pokemon is Zangoose, the eternal rival to Viper. Obviously, he has a Noctowl because most owls are predators to snakes. Toxicroak is pretty much the reverse, it's usually a prey to a snake, but in this case, he can fight back. He has a Conkeldurr to represent he's a strong muscular man. He has a Palafin to represent he's an adult amongst others, but he still fights for the sake of the kids. His final Pokemon is Tropius, which fruits are very popular with kids, the same way that Moose can make very good cookies. Nigel approved. Next character is number 19th Century. He was the operative sent to get the triplets who live upon the hill's mother's recipe for the greatest cake ever. Unfortunately, he was caught in an ice cream explosion that froze a lot of operatives in the process, him included. He was brought back from his frozen slumber in the event of Cake 5. Fun fact, technically this kid is older than grandfather. His Pokemon will reference very old things such as having a Kabuto, a fossil Pokemon, and a Relicanth, another living fossil. He has a Stonjourner based on Stonehenge, the famous old rock formation, that can also reference the ruins of the Alamode. For his final 3 Pokemon, I know it's going to be kind of unconventional, but he has the 3 Paradox Pokemon of the 3 legendary beasts from Johto. Now, hear me out, there are past Pokemon, just like the fact he's from the past, but also it's a subtle reference to the destroyed tower in Johto that is similar to the destroyed Alamode. Now we have Henrik von Marzipan, a very interesting character. He's an orphan of Abby, they used to be Candy Hunter partners 5 years prior to the show, but due to an accident in Guatemala, their friendship turned sour. He has been a child villain for the entirety of the show, but still had a redemption at the end. We learned in Operation Caramel what really happened in Guatemala 5 years ago, and it was that Henrik performed a forbidden alchemy spell that takes and turns the person's most prized quality into the best caramels. Henrik ended up by losing his, or should I say hers. Henrik is actually Henrietta, and her most prized quality was her femininity, so upon losing it, was turned into a boy. The only way to break the curse is to willingly give or share the caramel to someone else, thing that she finally learned to do after so long of being greedy and selfish. So with her history explained, it is clear that the best Pokemon for her are Diggersby, a very masculine looking rabbit that represents Heinrich, Lopunny, a very feminine looking rabbit to represent Henrietta, and Azumarill to represent the transformation from a girl to a boy with the bug of female Azuriels turning into male Marils upon evolving. The fact that I give her the 3 rabbit Pokemon that are not starters or legendaries is also a reference to Operation Rabbit and its direct sequel Operation Chocolate, where Heinrich wanted to make a chocolate rabbit out of a real one and ended up by getting chocolate powers afterwards. She also has a Cofagrigus for the Pharaoh reference of Operation Jewels, her debut episode. She has a Flittle. This small Pokemon exacts revenge if someone takes its berry, and it does fit Henrietta's history. Plus, the color scheme is very similar, and I swear, that's a coincidence. Her last Pokemon is Ducklet, as she is basically the ugly duckling turning into a beautiful swan later on. Alright, it's time to be biased, once again. To follow up this video, I'm going to give another Pokemon team to 2 characters who already had one, but with a twist. It will be their younger selves, because I do whatever I want. I mean, Nigel has 3 different teams, so nothing can stop me from giving another one for these characters. It's the Uno brothers. It's going to be Kid Monty and Kid Ben. Starting with the older brother, Monty. His team was kind of hard to make as I didn't want to give him single Pokemon from his original team. He still has an Elekid, the only Pokemon that he will keep until his adulthood as an Electivire. Then I went with giving him 3 starters to represent that he started the 7th age of the Kids Next Door. Mudkip, Stuntwig, and Tepig. These Pokémon are pretty chill just like him, and they make the perfect water, grass, and fire type trio. He has one mythical Pokémon, Mew, to reference he's the original operative. His final Pokémon will be the legendary Zelf, the willpower Pokémon, to represent his determination to beat his deadbeat dad. Now for my other favorite character, Kid Ben. His first Pokémon is Mimikyu to represent the jealousy Ben has for his brother. Even if as kids they seem to get along pretty well, there's no way grandfather's favoritism didn't spark resentment and jealousy in Ben's heart. So for this reason, little Ben gets a Shuppet, a Pokémon attracted by feelings of jealousy and vindictiveness, growing by feeding on his dark emotion. He has a Magby being his only Pokémon he would keep upon growing up. He has a Scorbunny to mirror Monty's future Victini that is also based on a bunny. He has a Drifloon for the messed up habit he will have in the future. If you know, then you know. His final Pokémon is a Cubone because his mom is probably dead. We actually don't know much about Monty and Ben's mother, it's just a vastly accepted idea within the fandom and I just went with it. And with that very depressing note, I'm ending the video. Like usual, let me know what you think of these Pokémon teams for these characters, what you would do differently and all that stuff. I would like to know your own take. Smash the buttons, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.